I'm Marcus Robinson, and for the last 7 years I've been making a film about the rebuilding of the World Trade Center. Yeah, it's a labour of love, and it's a labour of total commitment.
When the events of September the 11th first happened, I felt a calling to somehow get involved and be able to make a film about the rebuilding. But I wanted to make a work that would be more like an allegorical tale about the human spirit. And I felt that because everyone in the world had seen what had happened on the day of September the 11th, it had somehow become part of the human collective consciousness. I felt there was an opportunity to make a film that would really inspire people and uplift people by shining a light on the spirit of finding, of triumphing over adversity.
My name is Scott Zelenak. I'm the Chief of Surveyors for the Port Authority at the World Trade Center. We're talking about 4 or 5 of the world's tallest buildings in one spot. The architects and the designers, the things that they are trying to do are fantastic, believe me. It's utterly beautiful. But to be the guy who has to put it together is a helpless, hopeless task. I don't know how people go home at the end of the day and say, you just put up a 200-ton column. Where else does that happen?
I mean, some of the challenges that I first faced were, firstly I was living in London, so from that distance I didn't know who I should call, who to speak to, how to get an authorization to film on the site. And then obviously because there was no one authority or one person who had that jurisdiction to be able to give an authorization, it took a long time to find out who I should speak to. And luckily I phoned Daniel Liebeskind's office, the architect who had won the master plan, and his wife Nina Liebeskind. She immediately got the idea and was inspired by it and helped open a lot of the doors for the people we needed to speak to. And so then it was 4.5 years of persevering to try and share the idea I had with different people, until finally by then people started to really know the vision that I had. And when it came to them actually starting the rebuilding in 2006, they very kindly gave me the chance to get started. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there's no exact science to the way it happened. The real truth is, even from the first time I went on the site, I never even knew if I'd be allowed to go back again. It was needing to create it and make it up pretty much on a day-by-day basis. So my approach was to just try and see what was beautiful, see what was interesting, and I was shooting it mostly on a 35mm film camera. Most of all that time-lapse you saw was shot on 35mm film. And I'm very blessed that Kodak became a partner after a while, and they've been helping support the project. But then the permanent cameras that I managed to get in place, they only went up around 2009. So a lot of them have been doing one frame, either a frame every 30 minutes or one frame a minute over the last 4 to 5 years. And so the combination of animated paintings, fixed time-lapse positions, and then live action filming of what the guys are doing on the site, and the interviews create sort of different threads that are then woven together to create this tapestry that somehow captures what has happened over a period of 10 years. The support of a broadcaster like Channel 4 has been fantastic, because allowing the film to be aired on a national terrestrial broadcaster brings the spirit of that work to a very wide audience, and also I think gives it a validation that I think the film deserves. Then the fact that it was in that network meant that by totally unexpected miracle, it won a BAFTA and a Royal Television Society Award for photography, and won 3 awards in LA at the Real Screen ceremony for Best Photography, Best Documentary, and Special Jury Award for Excellence. So much as it's not my style to blow my own trumpet, obviously I'm very thrilled and touched for mainly for the guys I've worked with on the site, and to feel that I can really share the spirit of the work they've been doing. And also, as I said to you earlier, the key thing about the film for me is that it stands for something quintessential about the spirit of New York City. The diversity, the humanity, the community, and the sense that nothing is impossible, that there is no vista or no skyline too big and too dramatic to be able to build.